Oh, hello. I was just about to have some lunch. I've just been out this morning. I'm feeling quite peckish now. Do you want to see what I've got? So here, if you can see that there, I've got a bagel, some cheese, some fruit and veg, and all these things are really important for our bodies. So we take the bagel, which is essentially bread. This is a type of carbohydrate, which gives us energy. So you have two types of carbohydrate. You have either starchy carbohydrates, which you find in bread, rice and pasta, or you can have sugary carbohydrates, which is obviously in sugar and juice and sweets and that kind of thing. Also in fruit as well. On my bread, I've got a bit of butter. So that's got lots of fat in it, or lipids. They're really good for us as well. They help us keep insulated and warm in the winter. But obviously too much, not too good for us. Another thing with fat in it is my cheese. But this cheese hasn't just got lipids in it, or fat, it's also got lots of protein, which really helps us build up our muscles, keeps our cells functioning. Also, got some cucumber, some carrots, and some tomato as well. And all those things are full of minerals and vitamins, and something really important called fibre. Fibre helps us get rid of all the waste in our body and helps us with our poos. And all the vitamins and minerals help keep our teeth, bones, nails, hair, skin, all the cells in our body functioning properly and working how they should. So what happens when we eat it? So if I was to take a big chunk of this and crunch it up with my teeth, I'd mash it all up, wouldn't it? So it doesn't just mash it up so that I can swallow it, it also adds something to it called an enzyme. And that enzyme that would work on this carbohydrate is called amylase. And that's found in the saliva in our mouths. So that helps break down all the bits of food so that our body can use it. Then it will travel down my esophagus, down into my stomach, where it will then be mushed and crushed and squished again. And lots of other enzymes will be in there working on it. So we also have something called protease, which works on proteins, lipase, which works on lipids, and they'll all break down those molecules of food into even smaller bits. Then what happens is all that mushed up food will then pass around my small intestine, which is a long wiggly tube, and then it'll be started to get absorbed into the body. So all the little bits of food will start to be absorbed in. Then what's left will go into the large intestine, which is like a big thick tube. Even more will be absorbed then. Water will be absorbed as well. And then it'll pass down into our colon and out of our anus as a poo. So the only thing that can't be broken down during all of that is something called fibre. And so it's important we have fibre in our diets so that we can pass all of the waste products out in our poo. One thing I did mention there that I didn't show you was my nice glass of water as well. That's really important. So I'm going to show you how the digestion works. So if we imagine this is my stomach. So I'm going to get my stomach and pretend that I'm chewing it. Crunch, 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 bit of cucumber. Chuck in a bit of carrot as well there. Let's have a tomato, squish that in. There we go. Gooey mess. Bit of cheese. Chew all that up, break all that down, swallow it down. And then a bit of my bagel here with the butter on it. Nice bit of carbohydrate and lipid. So now it's down in my stomach. Looks a bit like this. So I'm going to have a nice drink of water as well to wash all that down. Now while it's in there, we have some enzymes working on it as well to get it all mushed up and break all those molecules down so that my body can use it. So this is going to be a bit noisy. This is what happens in your stomach. So it's all going to be ground up and mushed up because your stomach contracts and squashes it all and grinds it all down, and all those enzymes that I've put in there will work on it as well. There we go, that should do it. Okay, so my stomach has mushed up all our food. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now what I'm going to do is pass it from my stomach, because that's done its job, into my intestines. So this mesh bag, it's got tiny little holes in it, which act like the walls of our intestine. And the walls of our intestine have vessels, blood vessels that are really close to the surface, very thin, and there's lots and lots of them. So that allows for lots of absorption of all of those small molecules of food that we're now going to put in. So if I pour all this in here into our intestine, and I'll hold it up for you so you can see all those molecules coming out. Look, can you see that? I'll not squeeze it on myself. So you might not be able to see very clearly, but you can see that there's some liquids coming out there, and there's also some very small little solid bits as well. So all that's going to be left in there after we've squeezed out all of the molecules, not squeezed out, so our intestines don't do that, but after all of the molecules have diffused across the membrane of our intestines, it's going to be the fibre. And when the fibre is left in there, it'll start to form a stool or a poo, and then we'll defecate that out into the toilet. Now, let's get rid of that. So I'm just going to show you my little friend here, so you can see what it looks like inside our bodies. So our food starts its journey in the mouth, down the esophagus, and it goes down into the stomach, which is this pink bit here, then into the small intestine, then the large intestine, and then out the anus. He hasn't actually got one, so I won't need to show you that. So if I take these out, I can show you them in a bit more detail. I'll just take his rib cage off, which holds all our organs in. Just pop his lungs and his heart out there. This is his liver. This is what his stomach looks like. On the back here, pancreas as well. So that produces some of those enzymes that we need, along with our salivary glands in our mouth. And we've got the intestines. So this bit here, the wiggly bits, looks a bit like a brain. That's your small intestines. And if you were to stretch those out, they're really, really long. The large intestine is much thicker. And this here goes around, it joins the small intestine at the back here, goes around, across the top, down, and then out, and then your waste comes out there. So that's how digestion works. Thank you for watching today's lesson and for learning with us today. If you'd like to learn more, then please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Birdwise East Kent TV. And if you want to download some activity packs or information sheets, then please visit our website, birdwise.org.uk, or click on the link below.